April Lawson. I'm at Columbia College, and I am sitting next to the incomparable Debbie Allen, who is here tonight to talk about conversations with artists. And one of the first questions that I have for you is, you are now not completely hanging up your dance shoes, but your new role right now is as director for Grey's Anatomy. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Oh, well, first of all, it's not a new role. I was directing on Fame. I was directing all the way back then, and Quantum Leap and a whole lot of things. So directing has been something I've been doing for many, many years. A lot of people are not aware of that. But yeah, I started directing Grey's Anatomy 3 years ago. And then that landed me the role of Catherine Avery. I was having so much fun on the set. I don't know, Shonda Rhimes said, "Oh, Debbie, we need to do something with you." And so she did. So there she is.
Now, how has that transition been? I didn't know that you were doing all that directing back then. I mean, we all know you as Lydia Grant. Like, there is no person who dances in American dance history who's not going to know Miss Lydia. But how has that transition been for you to really take on that?
Well, it was really kind of, for me, a natural progression coming out of choreography. So when I went into Fame, I was the choreographer for every episode for like 3 years. Finally, I got some help. And then that was like being in film school, because I learned about the camera and editing. And then I started directing on Fame, and I became their favorite director and directed as many as I wanted. Then I started directing Family Ties and Quantum Leap and the pilot of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and A Different World, a lot of different shows. So
okay, so what is the newest, hottest thing, though? What should we expect? Like, are you going to do memoirs? What are you going to do after this?
I don't know. Write a book maybe and tell the truth.
Have your daughter do it.
Yeah, let her tell it. That would be interesting. Well, I'm doing interesting things. I'm just finishing directing for BET, Let's Stay Together, a really nice show about young couples. And I'm getting ready to direct Army Wives. And then I'm going to be going to Australia, where I'm going to put on my new show that I just wrote and directed, Freeze Frame, that addresses the violence in our young people's lives right now, something that's very needed, a conversation. And then in between that, I don't know, I'll be at the Dance Academy teaching and, threatening those children's lives to make sure they get it right.
Thank you for that. I'm April Lawson. This is Intellectual Radio. We're at Columbia College with Debbie Allen. April Lawson with Intellectual Radio. We're at Columbia College. I'm standing next to Malik. Malik from Muntu Dance Theater. Malik Camara has been the centerpiece of Muntu Theater forever and ever. When you see the logo of someone dancing, it had to be, was that modeled after you, Malik?
It was. It actually was modeled after Lyle Talbert, which is the first artistic director of Muntu Dance Theater of Chicago, but most people think it's me.
Because you are the mascot in so many ways. You do so much. Tell us what you guys are working on now and where we can see you.
Well, we're actually celebrating our 41st year of existence, Muntu Dance Theater of Chicago. So we're really excited about that. We've had a lot of phenomenal artists come in and help us to celebrate. We've had Jeffrey Page, who did choreography for Beyonce. And right now, who's dancing with us is Asiel Henderson, who dances for Lady Gaga. So since she's going through what she's going through, and wish her all the quick recovery, he's one of our babies. So he came back to dance with us. So we're pretty honored to have him as well.
And we're very happy to have you here. This right here is the dance community of Chicago really coming out tonight to show Debbie Allen some love. Because when you've got Malik Camara, you know that that's what's happening. I'm April Lawson, and this is Intellectual Radio. Now, Malik, I know that you have worked with Columbia College for some years. Talk to us more about that.
I've been a professor here for, I think, going on about 25, 26 years. And I've been in the dance department the entire time. It's truly been a blessing.
So what classes can we take if we want to learn dance with you?
Oh, I recommend. Well, if you dance with me, you can take African, hip-hop, and jazz. But please don't leave out the tap and the ballet and the modern. You need that as well.
And you teach that all here at Columbia?
I teach it all here at Columbia College, and we've been so blessed to have our own center right here on 13th and Michigan. It used to be up on Sheridan Lawrence, where we were at two different places, but now we built our own theater. We have our own theater on 13th and Michigan, and it includes modern jazz, ballet, African hip-hop, and tap.
And just so you know, Muntu Dance Theater is one of two very well-known African troupes here in Chicago. The other one is Najwa. Do you guys ever do anything together, or was it just going to be, sensory overload?
Yes. It's a community thing that happens. Najwa just celebrated their annual concert on this past Saturday, which I attended.
They did.
And I was blessed to dance with them on last year. They did a piece entitled To My Father, Abdullah Kamara. They did Kamara Suite, and I got a chance to dance to my father's piece.
See, this is wonderful, and this is what art is all about, when you guys are all coming together to support one another. So once again, this is Malik Kamara. I'm at Columbia College. Remember to tune in to Intellectual Radio. This is April Lawson with Intellectual Radio, and I'm at Columbia College again for the numerous times that I come here. And I'm with Common, a native Chicagoan. Common, tell us what you're going to be talking about today, and tell us how the transition has been for you now.
Well, I mean, nothing's so special that I haven't talked about it. Anything that's special, I don't talk about it in public, but I'll say that I am working on a mixtape, and I am working eventually on an album. So I have been doing music. I love doing music, and I didn't, I'm still in pursuit of growing as a musician and touching my core audience and my new audience and a new audience. But, along with that, I'm doing the Hell on Wheels television show. Which will be on this third season on AMC sometime maybe late summer. And then I'm working on new film projects coming up soon.
What's the name of your character on Hell on Wheels?
His name is Elam Ferguson, and it's my character is based in the 1800s, so it's like after the Civil War, after the freeing of the slaves, and my character is a freed man who is really intelligent and a good human being, but just fighting for his rights.
Nice. So it's not Django Unchained. It's more like it's a little bit more intellectual and clean and less bloody.
Well, I mean, it does have a little bit of blood because it's a little Western in its own right, but it's more than a Western. It's more like something that deals with social issues that we deal with as people from America, different backgrounds, the Irish, the black people, the people that were in power already. How do we deal with redefining who we are in society? And during that time of building the Transcontinental Railroad, there was a lot going on with people.
That sounds like a very fun project. And it's great to have you here. You're originally from where? Like South Side, 87th Street,
yes.
Holding it down. Okay, so then when you come to Chicago, do you go to Harold's Chicken?
Man, I used to, but I don't eat chicken anymore. So
See,
I mean,
good man.
but I still miss it. And,
Don't you?
And sometimes I just got to get some French fries, even if it's cooked in chicken grease.
Me too. Yeah. Okay, one more question, and that is, for you, what is tell me one of the funnest moments that you had acting in your acting career.
One of the funnest moments I've had is filming the movie Wanted, which I filmed with Angelina Jolie and Morgan Freeman, and we were over in Prague, and we enjoyed it. They were just wonderful people. The director was fun, Timur, and we went go-karting and just had fun and just did everything.
It's great to have you here, and I know you're going to give all the students here gems of wisdom.
Peace. This is Common, and when I'm in Chicago, I check out April Lawson on Intellectual Radio. Yes.